そんな
Okay, you can check your own status by pressing the triangle button. Friggin' finally! Also, you can save your progress by accessing the clock at the left of the entrance. Yeah, now by pressing triangle, we can open a pause menu. Yeah, finally. In Portable, you could open this before, but you would only be led to this screen, the system screen, where you can change your configurations. Okay, Tactics memory, sure, keep that on. Cursor position, auto advance, I'll keep that, and that should be good. Okay, so in the system screen we can check our calendar. We could do this if we were in our room in Portable, but you can't really do that here. And it just gives you a date on what you can see, and there's certain events that happen. Like, the check marks would just symbolize any important events that's happening, or if there's a day off. And also, it gives us the moon positions, too. Quest, I'll go over later. Fusion spells, I'll also go over later. Dictionary gives you specific definitions of what you've learned. It's the ones that were shaded blue when you're reading the text. Like the contract, velvet key, dark hour, etc. Just read it if you want, if you need more information about this game. Social links is of course, a list of our social links. We only have 4 right now. Status, we can check our own status and how we're doing. We are, the worst human being in existence. How about that? Equipment. This is the weapons that you can equip. It's your body armor, your feet armor, or really it's the invasionness. And accessories, which can do... well, it doesn't really matter what it does. It can be anything. Personas, like what Igor said, we're able to equip multiple personas. So in this menu, we can check details about our personas. Orpheus sucks, like I said earlier. And we can check other personas that we have. Item is pretty self-explanatory, just items. Check your equipment menu and any key items that doesn't really take up inventory space. To my knowledge, I don't think there's an item limit. Skills is just the skills that you can use. Or at least any special skills that you can use. It will be like healing moves or something. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself? Since Yukari and Junpei had no real experience in battle, make sure you back them up. Yeah. Don't worry, I won't push you too hard. Sexual innuendo. You'll be just fine. Even worse. And your party members would just hang out around here. Like, we have these two that normally hang out here. They'll always be in the same positions. Like, Junpei will always stay here, and Yukari will stay in the same place. Stuff like that. I'll prove that I should be in charge. Also, when you talk with them, you can check their status, like what they have. You can check what items they have, and you can also check what persona they have. But I'll go over that a little bit more a bit later. So this is Tartarus. And there's Yukari as well. And she's apparently has terrible strength, and only knows a healing move. Okay, so something different that I'm going to do in this playthrough of this game, that's different from the last one that I did, is I'm going to do character bios on every character that we receive. Like, for now, the first one that I'm going to do would be the main character, of course. So, I'll just cut away and then cut back as soon as I finished. As far as personality traits go, there isn't really anything to say about the protagonist of Persona 3. He's considered very stoic, reserved, and calm, but maybe he's a little too reserved, which is obvious throughout most of the cutscenes in this game. His personality is also shown from what he says or what he can say in cutscenes. Most of the options given to the player to what the protagonist can say is pretty generic at best. There aren't much differing choices that broadens personality-wise, which I do wish he kinda has more witty things to say, although there are a few that does produce the best reactions. This is apparent if you compare him to the female protagonist of Persona 3 Portable. He does have a backstory, which was hinted by Toriumi. His parents died 10 years ago, and he's been wandering around Japan jumping from boarding school to boarding school, maybe because, I don't know, his refusal to take off his headphones during class. Which could explain his starting personality traits make him the equivalent of a college dropout. But you can boost his personality by playing arcade games, drinking coffee, drinking illegal medicine, and paying attention in class. And you will need to do this to get some social links. His voice actor in Japanese is Akira Ashida, and his English voice actor is Yuri Lowenthal. I can't talk about how these voice actors in the game because he doesn't speak once in the entire game. Well, that's not true. There's the fact that he shouts the persona's names in battle and says "come forth" or "persona," but the reason still stands. But as for the voice actors in other works, Akira Ashida voiced Aru Akisa from Mirai Nikki, Gaara from Naruto, and Nakiza Kaoru from Evangelion. Okay, now I have a good reason to hate the guy. But he is a good voice actor in these roles, and he has both a serious but sort of whiny pitch in his voice that I have noticed throughout his works. Now there's Yuri Lowenthal, who's a very good voice actor, but there is something about his voice that lingers throughout all of the works that he did. Like, there's some certain tone that one can actually recognize, and I do notice in, like, all the roles that I'm going to mention right now. He has some anime roles, but a lot of video game roles. Some of his recognizable work would be Yosuke from Persona 4, Shoujo Akuji from Saints Row 2, and Jasper Bat Jr. and Charlie McDonald from No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. And Susaku from Code Geass, which is probably his most recognizable role. Because he's the protagonist, he has the wildcard ability. That ability is when a person can carry and summon multiple personas and switch them in battle, which always really baffles me, since a persona is a facet of one's personality. Then when they actually do change personas, do their personality change too? Or, like, do they go through some sort of weird mood swings from this after battle and during battle? I don't know, maybe the wildcard ability is only for people who are quiet and barely emote. Coincidence. So because of that ability, the protagonist can carry many personas and be forced to make friends to strengthen their social links, so you can power up those personas and use them in battle. His initial persona is Orpheus, who in Greek mythology is the master of strings when Apollo gave him a golden lyre, which for some reason is a weapon to him when he's a persona. Really, he smacks shadows with it. As far as how he does in battle, he can wield almost every weapon in the game. He's a jack of all trades. I like this mechanic because in some cases it does give leeway for some strategy in deciding on what weapon you would personally want to wield. However, Portable did take that out, and he's only capable of wielding the one-handed sword. As well as his wildcard ability, he also has the ability to do fusion spells. Fusion spells, or fusion raids in the Japanese version, are when two personas are used to do one powerful skill. The protagonist's ability with fusion spells and having the wild card makes him probably the most powerful wild card user out of everyone in the Persona series. There is a reason for this, but it will be revealed later on in the game. Okay, I'm back. And hopefully that was very informal. Now, I'm going to do character bios on Junpei and Yukari, but I'm going to save those for later because I don't want to overwhelm people with biographies. And having 3 in a row would just seem a little overkill. So let's just go in through the giant clock. Tartarus, go to the next block. Block 1. Start! Mission start.
Alright, let's do this. This is it, huh?
Yep.
I hope I don't get lost.
Can you all hear me?
Somehow, yes, we can.
Whoa. Is that you, Senpai?
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out.
Okay.
Wait, you mean you can see inside here?
It's my persona's ability.
Which, for now isn't very good. And I'll go over that a bit later, too.
I'd like to join you, but the structure of Tartarus changes from day to day. That's why outside support is imperative.
It's really, really necessary.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Self-confidence went down.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any minute. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution.
This is only the first floor, so if they actually threw in big, heavy, packed enemies the first time through, that would just be a dick move.
Practice makes perfect.
Of course.
Right.
Got it. Why is she always like that?
She can hear you, I think. My chair is creaking, apparently. Alright, first floor. Let's begin. Keep in mind, these are real battles you'll be engaging in. Now, see if you can eliminate all the shadows wandering around on this floor. Yeah, there would be an infinite spawn if this was just a regular, well, dungeon. Alright, so the way that running through the menu here, it works the same way as if you're in the overworld, but, well, we haven't even gone to the overworld yet. Watch out, I detect a shadow in front of you. Move in and hit before it attacks you. Press the X button to use your weapon. If you hit an enemy before it hits you, then you will have the advantage at the start of the battle. Yeah, like this. So, there's an enemy right there, hit him.
Takuba has informed me about your power, but nevertheless, you have minimal combat experience.
I did pretty well last time. I don't know about what you're talking about.
Would you like me to explain the basics of battle?
For this playthrough, yes, please.
The primary offensive options available to you in battle are attack and skill.
Which are those two choices that we found?
Attack corresponds to the weapon you've equipped, while
Which is our
skill
sword.
relates to your persona's abilities.
We attack with our sword with attack, and our skill is the persona that we have currently equipped. You will be using skill more often.
Those skills consume either stamina or spiritual power. They tend to have a greater effect.
Well, you are using your persona.
Use whichever option best suits the situation. Keep attacking until you've defeated the enemy, but pay careful attention to your stamina.
If you use too much of like an attack power, then you will drain your HP to like 1. So don't use attacks that take HP too often, unless you're confident that you will do well.
That's it for now. Did you get all that?
Yeah, yep, I got it.
Okay. Then I want you to defeat the enemy before you. Try using both the skill and attack options.
Alright then. Okay, so what the heck? The way that the screen works is that if you press down, it goes up, and when you press up, it goes down. And I fixed this in Portable, but apparently it doesn't work here. Well, anyways. Yeah, attack function, you attack with your equipped weapon. We currently have equipped Rapier, which is a short sword. And I already went over in the bio that the character can equip every weapon in the game. Well, almost every weapon. Skill is our persona skills. Like, we had Orpheus equipped, he only knows 2 skills, Bash and Agi. Bash consumes HP, which is your stamina, and yes, it will go as far as to taking you to 0, if you allow it. Well, not to 0, to near 0, like 1-ish. Agi is a fire skill. It uses SP, which is spiritual power, which is the number below our HP bar. The HP bar in the... Okay, so it's a good thing that my recording software didn't drop any frames, but I did waste a bit of my time. Okay, so as I was saying before, in the right side of the screen, there's all of our characters that we currently have. Me, Yukari, and Junpei. The number up top is the HP that we have currently, and the number below it is the amount of spirit points that we have. which is how we can actually use magic skills like Augie. So let's try and beat up this cowardly Maya. And just so you know, your friends will act on their own. And Junpei just used an attack skill. Yeah, and after seeing this game again, it actually has some really good graphics. But that could be because I was playing the portable version. We got a Snuff Soul from that, and that's a Heal SP item. There should be a staircase nearby. Do you see it? Yeah, it's right up there. The staircase is the only way to proceed to the next floor. I can't allow you to go any higher today, but please remember about it next time. Yeah, if we actually try and go to the staircase, she'll just stop us. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to leave this floor today. It's important you gain experience in battle first. Okay, so she runs us the same thing that she told us before. There's another shadow ahead of you. You'll be at a disadvantage if the enemy gets the first hit in, so try to surprise your opponents and strike first. Okay. If you're able to strike the enemy before you are spotted, then you will gain the initiative. On the other hand, if the enemy hits you first, the opposite will occur. So it's in the whole player advantage and enemy advantage kind of thing. So if we just wait for this guy to turn around his back, then you can hit him in the back. Like that. Normally it would say player advantage, but apparently not now.
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties, which are important to consider during battle. Do you want to know more?
Sure, go ahead.
Nearly every type of attack is associated with a particular property. For example, swords can be used to do slash attacks, while bows are used to do pierce attacks.
Yeah, the swords that Junpei and Ikami currently have, those are slash type weapons. The bow that Yukari have, why did I say Ikari, is a pierce type attack.
Skills, on the other hand, have different properties. Bufu, for instance, indicates an ice attack.
I know Spoonie pointed this out, but the way that they applied move types in this one is actually kind of confusing. Or at least what they name most of the skills.
Now, most enemies are vulnerable to certain types of attacks. In other words, they have weaknesses.
Yep.
A fire skill will deal greater damage to an enemy that's weak against fire. With my power, I can analyze an enemy to determine its weaknesses and strengths. That falls under tactics.
The first time an enemy is analyzed, it may take a while for the results. Yeah, it takes like a few turns. But from then on, whenever you analyze that particular enemy, you'll receive the results right away. While you are selecting your target, if a question mark appears above an enemy, then that particular enemy has not been previously analyzed. You can select Analyze from the Tactics menu or press the L1 button, which is just the quick button. And I thought that they didn't have this in 3.
Do you follow?
Yeah, I got it.
The enemies you're facing have a weakness that you can exploit. Why don't you give it a try?
They have a pretty easy weakness. We faced them before. So yeah, if we press L1, you can go into the quick Analyze screen. But if you just want to do it from just going to the Tactics menu, then go to Mitsuru and Support and just go to Analyze. And Request Help I'll go over a little bit later. See, just do that.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
Yeah, different from 4. 4, it'll just keep track on if you actually did some significant damage on them or not. Alright, so the weakness that these guys have is pretty easy. If hitting them in the face didn't help, then do this.
Attack again! Nice!
Yeah, they're weak to fire. And we did get a one more there, but I'm gonna go over that a bit later, or at least Mitsuru will. So no point in dwelling on that, let's just kill these enemies. Junpei would have Augie skills, but he doesn't have it right now.
The enemy's weakness is fire.
See? That's what he means. Okay, let's just finish him. Okay, that didn't work.
That was a close one.
That's a really big bow. And we got a revival bead from that. Nice. It does just what it says. It revives people. And it's another Snuff Soul. This is like the only time that you would get items like those. There seems to be a shadow just around the corner. Approach carefully to avoid being spotted. The map will provide you to be... The map will prove to be useful as you explore, so use it often. So it's a pre-made mapper spell. So let's tackle that again. Now we have 3 Mayas to deal
Were
with.
you able to exploit the enemy's weakness in the last battle?
Yes.
If you didn't already notice, doing so will also grant you an additional attack.
Which we did get.
Would you like more details?
Sure, go ahead.
An enemy will lose its balance if you exploit its weakness or land a critical hit.
Yeah, they'll have the down status on them.
This will give you the opportunity to perform an additional action. In other words, you'll get to do one more thing.
Yeah, one more thing.
You can keep attacking the same enemy, or if you prefer, attack a different target.
Okay, in this game, you have to attack different targets. If you just attack the same enemy, then, well, for one thing, you're dumb, and, well, there's another reason for it, but that's for later.
And if you succeed in knocking another enemy off balance, then you can act yet again. Which means you can remain on the offensive for as long as you can keep this up.
Yeah, that's the big condition it has.
This strategy is essential to securing victory. However, remember this. An enemy that's already lost its balance cannot be knocked off balance again.
You can't be off balance again. You can't fall off the ground.
You can't knock down someone who's lying on the ground, right? It's the same idea.
They removed this in Portable and in 4, but I'll describe this bit.
Now, to knock an enemy off balance, you need to know its weaknesses.
And we already know it.
So don't hesitate to ask me for an analysis. I'll be sure to share the results with the others as well.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yup.
Then proceed with the battle. Use what you've learned to quickly dispose of the enemy.
Okay, so, yeah, if we check Analyze again, you see that it doesn't have the question mark on it.
The enemy's weakness is fire. See?
So yeah, its weakness is fire, and we're the only ones that we can actually use fire. Yeah, and playing this game again, I like the way it looks. The way that, well, when you actually summon your persona in this one. As far as comparing it to P4, I actually like them both. So, yeah. And if you actually try and attack them when they're getting knocked down, just try this. I think it increases its damage, but they wouldn't be... Or, I'm not sure. Ow. But, yeah, if you just attack them and they survive it, they just go back up. Which doesn't really make any sense, to be honest. Okay, let's just use Orpheus to take care of him. Bash him! Yeah, like a rock star. Shuffle time. Mysterious cards have appeared in your mind. Whoa. You wonder what this is what Igor was talking about. After battle, you will occasionally have the opportunity to select a card from the one shuffled before your eyes. If you pick a card with a persona on it, then you will receive that persona. There are other cards, each of which have a unique effect or reward. Keep an eye on which card you want and try and pick it. Yeah, the ones that we have currently on screen is Pixie Persona, which if we actually pick that, we get him. A coin, which is just that yellow coin there, and we would earn money if we pick that. And a goblet. The blue goblets will restore HP to your party. So I'm going to keep track on that Pixie. Wow, it does go faster than I thought, but I'm still experienced with this. So I got the Pixie that I want. And we leveled up.
Yes! My skill level has increased!
Yeah, and they'll just announce the fact that they leveled up. In Portable, you would just get like a screen symbolizing that, hey, they leveled up. Congratulate them. It would also symbolize it on the bottom right with the character HP bars and stuff. I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know what to call those things. I checked the shadow up ahead. How are you feeling? If you or another party member is in bad shape, then use healing items prior to engaging the enemy. If you don't have anything on hand, then ask Takeba to heal you. You should make a habit of checking your status before entering into a battle. If you or another party member has a persona with healing skills, be sure to take advantage of it. Yeah. I'm glad they added this in Portable, but if you check in your skills menu, you can use the skills of all your party members, so if you just select Yukari, you can heal everyone individually, saving precious SP for that person. But in here, you have to do this. You have to talk with Yukari about it, and then request healing. It's a lot more strategic than Portables, which I'm actually glad for. So let's face off this last group of enemies. And it's the biggest one of all, so we have to face four of them.
There is a better way to defeat all of your enemies in battle than to attack them individually. You can perform an all-out attack. Would you care to hear more about this?
Yeah. People who are really experienced in this game should know why I was skipping out. Should probably be wondering on why I was skipping out on actually knocking down every single enemy. So let's ask her what this all-out attack is.
When enemies are thrown off balance, they become vulnerable. An all-out attack will allow your entire team to attack simultaneously. Your enemies will be unable to defend against it. It's a very reliable method of attack.
And let me tell you, that is the most unique thing that came out of the Persona series.
Whether or not you want to perform an all-out attack is up to you.
Yeah, we're the leader. If we're knocked down or something, we can't call for it.
But remember, you cannot perform it when you're alone.
Yeah, it'd be weird, and I'll explain why.
So if you want to have it in your arsenal, make sure your team is comprised of at least 2 members.
Yeah, 2 people can do it, and it'll be weird once you actually do see it.
That's all you need to know about all-out attacks. Do you understand what I just explained to you?
Yeah, I understand.
Then, that concludes the basics of battle. But there's one last thing I need to tell you.
Basics? How about the whole entire thing?
Shadows become stronger the further you advance. If you don't think you can win a battle, retreat at once.
Running away is better than nothing.
There may be times, however, when an escape will be impossible. This battle is one of those times. Good luck.
Well, this is a tutorial fight, so whatever. Alright, so now that all the basics have been gotten rid of, let me just go over some things in the tactics menu, or the command menu. Attack and skill we already went over. Items is where you can access all the items that we have. Just in case someone is weakened or you need some SP really quickly, or if someone died, then go to your items and select the item appropriate for it. Tactics, you can change the tactics of your members. You can even go to all members and choose whatever one they want them to do. But if you're selecting them individually, the only tactics that we have right now are Act Freely, Heal and Support, Assign Target, and Stand By. We will get more farther into the game, but in Portable you get all of them. And there's even an additional one that in Portable that was added, which was Direct Commands, where you can actually assign, where you can actually control your other party members, which was a really nice add-on. And finally we have Persona. You can change your personas from here. Currently we need Orpheus out. Well actually, you can change the Pixie, but I wouldn't recommend it, because Pixie only knows Dia. And Orpheus is the only one who has 2 skills on him. And there's Escape, but we can't run away from here. And Wait, you just skip your turn. And there will be times where you have to use this, but this is not one of those times. Instead, this would be exchanged with Defend, where you can actually, well, in Portable, this would be Defend. Defend, you can defend against, you can take less damage from any attack, including ones that you're weak to. Alright, so these guys' weakness is fire, if you remember, so let's just burn them with fire.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
I really like the cut-ins that they always do.
Attack.
Darn!
You attacked the enemy's weakness.
Alright, let's get the last one. Burn!
A wisely chosen attack.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack!
I like the way this looks. Alright, so all-out attack. When you knock down all enemies to the ground, like Mitsuru said, you can initiate this. And I did say this, but if you're indisposed, like you were knocked down or something, then you can't call it. So we press attack. That is probably the best thing to come out of Persona.
Even stronger.
Oh man, I didn't get the one that I want. Yeah, whatever. I'll just get that. Okay, I hate it when you get only 2 cards because it's really hard to tell. I was gonna get the sword. The sword will give you a weapon, but apparently I didn't get it. So let's just skip that.
My skill level has increased.
Alright, so now they're in the same level that we are.
Ta-da-da-da! I'm the man!
I just wanted to just get their text bots out of the screen. That's odd. There are usually more shadows on the prowl. Well, at least you gained some experience in battle. Let's go back to the dorm for today. There's an access point somewhere on that floor. You can use it to return to the entrance. Since there shouldn't be any enemies to worry about, why don't you split up and search individually? Just tell the other party members what you'd like them to do. Okay, this one was a really unique add-on, and they took this out in 4, but, well, I'm kind of split between whether I wanted it or not. If you press the square button, you can issue orders. So, if we press square, we can go into the request screen. You can make them split up, which means your party will disperse and not act on their own accord. Priority, you can make them do what they want. There are only 2 priorities. One is explore, which they'll just go find items and avoid shadows as much as possible. And there's obviously defeat shadows, which is the opposite. Use this command to instruct your party members to spread out and look for stairs, access points, and items. However, if they are not very strong, they can easily fall prey to the enemy. Be sure to keep an eye on their HP. Yeah, if they're weak, then they will die.
Spread out and proceed individually.
And you have to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Woot! Check out my fat loot!
Okay, so apparently one of my party members just skipped out on the access point. Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. Here you go, bro. We always get the items that our party members always find. So they gave us a snuff soul, which is nice. I need as much of those as possible. Alright, we're back. Hey, what's up?
Welcome back.
Yeah, that was fun.
So, how was it?
No problem.
I see. Well, if you gained confidence, that's the best thing you could have achieved.
I'm fully confident that we can beat up any of these shadows. I didn't even pull up much of a fight.
I never knew I had that kind of power. We kicked some ass.
Major ass, but
Damn, I'm beat.
really tired.
That's because you were bouncing around like a little kid.
Normally I wouldn't have let Junpei actually touch any of those shadows, but as for tutorial's sake, apparently I had to.
Yeah, you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, actually.
You're alright? Yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired too.
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily.
Similar to the TV world.
Don't worry though, you'll adapt. But I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected.
Well, that was easy.
At this rate, they'll catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
We'll see about that.
Well, we got a boost. Remember when I said get used to seeing this? Yeah, get used to seeing this. Thou shalt have a blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Fool Arcana. Really, I like the rank up screen better. It reaches level 2, your power to create personas of the Fool Arcana has grown. Yay. That's it. Then we get out. Okay, back in here. Back into the main screen. Well, I can call this the main screen, or at least the main dark hour part. I'm feeling tired. Let's go back. I have to say. Dude, I can't take it anymore. I'm starving. Yeah. I just ate, so whatever. If we actually try and go back through here, yeah, she just says, no, you don't want to go there. Which is strange, it doesn't say that we're tired or anything, and I'll go over status conditions later as well. If we check out, hey, what's this bike doing here? Do you mind not touching that? I use it to transport delicate equipment necessary for gathering information. Yep. From now on, you will select your party here before you enter Tartarus. Like I said, main screen. I'll explain in detail some other time. Très bien. You did well today. Now let's head back to the dorm. She speaks French. This is an Atlas game. They're part French. You guys did a great job, but you won't have Birch to... If only I hadn't gotten injured. Yeah, we would have had a full party of 4. Yeah, as usual, your full party is 4. Now, before we couldn't access this door because they would be wondering, like, hey, there's nothing there, you can't go inside there. But now we can, because they don't care anymore. Or at least they're too tired to notice. Hey, Igor. Ah, there you are. Welcome to the Velvet Room, in case you needed a reminder on where the hell you are. Well, I suppose it's time for me to tell you what I really do here. It's my job to create new personas. But in order to do so, I must fuse your persona cards together. In other words, I shall merge them to a single persona. The number of personas you have buried within you is approximately 170. We've never seen a visitor with this many possibilities before. Well, except for that one time in Persona 2, but, yeah, that's not related to you whatsoever. If you establish social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas too. This should prove very interesting. So, if you accumulate cards, please bring them to me. Except for the ones that give you, like, money or weapons or health. Those you can't take with you. You can only take persona cards with you.
How are you?
I'm busy now. I'm busy right now. I'm recording right now. Talk to me later, okay? I'm almost done. I'm almost done. It's just like a few more minutes. Yeah, close the door behind you. Well, that was weird. I got interrupted again. Oh, well, at least it was short. How may I help you? So, yeah, this is Igor's job in this world. He does the same thing he did in Persona 2. Well, I haven't played Persona 2, but so I'll just assume that's what he does. So, yeah, you have the fusion ability screen. There's the normal spread, which you can only fuse like 2 personas along with. So, if we fuse Orpheus and Pixie, we get an Osiris. But I'll go over more about fusion a bit later, because we need more cards. If you talk to him, you can get a full-on tutorial about what he can do. And, yeah, bear these all in mind. Oh, okay. I don't really need to use this. It's pretty self-explanatory anyways. So I'll just go over the basics as soon as we actually get more Persona cards. So let's just exit this place, and after going through the Dark Hour this one time, I guess this is a good time to end it off here. So next time in Persona 3, we're going to continue on with, well, our journey through on the Dark Hour. So, see you guys next time. We can go into this clock, and in Portable, this would be the only way that you could heal. And if you just go here in Persona, in this game, then you would fully heal yourself. But you have to pay money to heal in Portable, which was direct grabbing from Persona 4 as well. But in this one, it actually heals HP too. So he's much better than the Fox. This clock is much better than the Fox. So I'll see you guys next time.